We now welcome our guests, Professor Jillian Rickley and Dr. Brendan Canavan, Assistant Professor from Nottingham University Business School. Welcome to you both. So what are the master's courses that are available at Nottingham University Business School in marketing, tourism and analytics? And why should you choose to study at the university?
Right, so yeah, we have a number of different master's courses in our department. So we have, as a marketing, tourism, and analytics department, we have MScs in marketing and digital marketing, but also international tourism, marketing and management, as well as business analytics and a new one in business and AI. So each of those is quite different in its scope and its scale. So we have MSc Marketing is a very large course in terms of covering all aspects of marketing, but students have the opportunity to really specialize within that and shape their degree course. So they can choose from branding or digital marketing, for example, or an AI pathway associated with that. And what's really great about that course is it happens to be accredited by the Chartered Institute of Marketers. And students have a really amazing opportunity, I think, to actually get a professional diploma from the CIM alongside their MSc degree at the end. We also have a digital marketing course, and it is a bit more focused. Students have a very tailored course then that's going to prepare them to be, say, digital marketers at the end of that, where they're working with real-world tools and platforms and applications, and it was really designed in partnership with digital marketing agencies, so students know that they're ready to enter the field when they get done. Our tourism course is more multidisciplinary, and you can see that in the name, right? It's marketing and management. And so students get this foundation in sustainable tourism management, but alongside that, marketing management, corporate strategy, and maybe human resource management is an option they would have, along with the AI pathway would be an option for them as well. So really prepare to be leaders in the tourism industry, I think. And then we have a newer course that we're launching that is business and AI. So here we're building on our analytics specialization. We have a very strong group of academics who work in AI and machine learning. And so what we're offering students there in that course is understanding the foundations of AI, how it works, how machine learning works, predictive AI, generative AI, and then be able to apply that in business context. So automation, customer insights, all of those things. Now our final course is, I know it's quite a few, our final course is in business analytics, and I talk about it last really because it's a more specialized course. So that's for students who already have a foundational knowledge in, say, mathematics or computer science, and want to really level up to be a data scientist in a business-orientated context.
And what are some of the opportunities for students, to go on and work in this industry?
So all the courses train our students in a range of topics related to those disciplines that Jillian just explained. Things that we share across all our courses, we have a digital centre of excellence based in the department, and so students can participate in that. There's lots of optional training and modules, and they can pursue that to become accredited with Chartered Institute of Marketing, and they can get a diploma alongside their degree. In general, the department has a lot of opportunities to work alongside colleagues who are very active in terms of research. We're a very prestigious department in terms of we have academics that are at the leading edge of their field across research, business engagement, shaping policy. So our colleague is currently working with the World Economic Forum at the United Nations to come up with a tourism ethics profile. We bring all that into the department, into the teaching, and so students get to participate and feedback, and it's a mutual conversation around those.
And can you tell me a little bit about how some of the research that you do at the university then feeds into the teaching of these courses?
Yeah. So I think we're a really interesting department. We're the only marketing, tourism, and analytics department in the world. So you might say, why are these three together? But in fact, it's really the way our department's evolved over time. We started as a group of marketing academics, and then we've branched into various very interdisciplinary subjects, specializing. So we're taking that core in marketing and then branching out into developing those analytics perspectives around AI, machine learning to solve more complicated real world problems, but also a large portion of us as global experts in what we would say is the one of the fastest growing sectors in the global economy, travel and tourism, and taking that and really diving into that. And so as a group, we're working across those to really think about sustainability in terms of consumer and market relations and driving that forward. We, within the department, have two major research centers that are globally recognized. So we have the InLab, which is the Neo-Demographics Laboratory for Analytics and Business. It's a mouthful, so that's why we say InLab. And they are really the cutting edge of using computer science, neuroscience to develop machine learning and focus on these really complicated real-world problems that involve multiple disciplines coming together. So we have that group working across the university, and they really inspired the business analytics and business and AI courses. We also house the STAR Center, another long name, of Sustainable Travel and Tourism Advanced Research Center. So the STAR Center is using, again, this interdisciplinary perspective on this really rapidly growing field that I think we all know has tremendous implications for sustainability in the global future. So using that, working across the university to focus that marketing expertise, analytics expertise on those problems. And that's embedded in our curriculum too. We bring a number of the modules are led by people from the STAR Center, bring that interdisciplinary perspective, I think.
And how does everything you just said there, factor into helping students to prepare for future careers when they leave the university?
So we have strengths in sustainability and digital. So the sustainability side obviously is a global conversation that is already here and it's getting more urgent. So marketing, digital marketing, analytics, these things are all carbon intensive. They're all involved in, conversations around climate change, inequality, good governance. And so responsible, ethical, sustainable graduates is what we aim for. People who are able to contribute to those conversations within organisations. And then also in terms of sort of having digital skills and creativity so they can respond to these challenges and wider challenges within industry. And so our research that is at the forefront of those fields, we then bring that into the classroom. And we also have a lot of collaboration with industry. So it's not just research based, but a lot of our academics, they work in policy, they work in alongside businesses. That's where they do their research or they do collaborations. And so we make sure that our content, particularly the digital marketing course, which has recently been accredited and developed, was done alongside businesses to make sure that it was dealing with relevant issues that they face. And that's what our graduates can deal with when they progress.
And where have some of your most recent graduates gone on to work? What sort of roles have they undertaken?
So just to give it examples, from the marketing courses, there tends to be obviously a lot of marketing roles they go into, so being brand managers and sort of consulting liaisons, and they've been working for big organisations. We're often big in the tech sector, so Google, Shine, Microsoft are some of the destinations that our graduates have gone to. Within the tourism marketing management degree pathway, they've often gone into hospitality, so they've gone to work for international universities, international hotel chains, hospitality. But again, a lot of them have worked in technology and consultancy and real estate. So the pathways are quite diverse. Marketing course graduates are often in demand because they're quite creative, they're quite flexible. They are clued upon sustainable, responsible digital business. And so those skills are always in demand across a wide range of sectors. And if you do want to specialise in a marketing, analytics, AI, tourism pathway, that's obviously very relevant. But also if you then perhaps want to turn your hand to something more broad and general, the skills are transferable. They're very broad and relevant on a wide range of career paths.
Thank you so much for joining me today.